at this. Side of PCH. Oh!
Recklessly and at high speeds, he drove on the wrong side of the road, nearly crashing into other cars.
James, LAPD in the cul-de-sac with him. He went through the cul-de-sac, jumped the sidewalk, through the cul-de-sac.
The suspect was traveling at over 120 miles per hour as he weaved his way through highway traffic.
Freeway.
Oh, almost losing control on the freeway. Oh my goodness, using the shoulder now. Just look at him flying through these intersections, passing Beryl Street, continuing southbound. This isn't a dead end. This street ends in a parking garage at the Kings Harbor parking lot. There's the garage, making a wild left turn, another wild left turn back towards PCH as he heads up Pacific Avenue. Back onto Catalina now, a right turn onto Catalina, off of Pacific, through Redondo Beach. Getting foggier as we make our way south here, now making a wild left turn off of Catalina onto Carnelia, now passing Broadway, heading back towards PCH as he continues at a high rate of speed, trying to navigate these beach streets that he does not seem to be too familiar with. Now making a left turn. He's going to make a left turn onto PCH, going back in the opposite direction, going back northbound now on PCH. Look at him closing in on this traffic here, tailgating that Tesla there, just looking for a way around here. Look at, he's weaving through that red light here, now going to go right through the intersection, through the red light. He's got that night sun, he feels the pressure, he sees the light on him. He is refusing to slow down, and right now they are trying to decide whether to re-engage with this suspect. Redondo Beach and Hermosa Beach police tracking the suspect's movements. LAPD in the area figuring out if they could safely re-engage the suspect. And there they are, lights and sirens. Which agency is that? We'll go ahead and zoom in on that, Lucas, when you have a chance. I think it's LAPD. That is LAPD. LAPD in the cul-de-sac with him. He went through the cul-de-sac, jumped the sidewalk, through the cul-de-sac into oncoming lanes of traffic, northbound PCH, continuing at a high rate of speed, weaving through all of this traffic, just completely desperate to get away from those black and whites. LAPD back in pursuit here. Wrong way on PCH, over the double yellow lines. There are officers coming from all different directions trying to get this person off the road. This Mercedes-Benz driving at extreme speeds, out of control as he tries to get away from law enforcement at all costs here. He is putting so many lives in danger. Back on the wrong side of PCH. Oh my goodness, that was a close call right there. Cross traffic at the intersection back in Hermosa Beach, going northbound on PCH through another red light, continuing. This is just unbelievable. Northbound PCH, just passing Pier Ave. Now you see another black and white. These are a number of different agencies here. Now LAPD and Hermosa Beach PD engaging with that suspect, that Hermosa Beach unit, turning around, making a U-turn there. Now onto PCH, trying to catch up with the suspect. That LAPD airship providing the night sun as they try and keep up with him here on Artesia Boulevard, making a right turn off of PCH onto Artesia Boulevard. Going now eastbound on Artesia Boulevard. Eastbound Artesia at 100 miles per hour, going away from the beach, away from PCH. And you can see LAPD still keeping a solid visual on this suspect. That night sun trying to give everybody in his way an indicator that there is a pursuit coming up behind here. Again, dangerous speeds. Law enforcement from different municipalities trying to catch up with the suspect. Again, this is apparently a robbery. Suspect or suspects refusing to pull over here and putting so many lives in danger. The driving here is incredibly dangerous, very high rate of speed, and a lot of last-minute maneuvers. The composure behind the wheel here is very, very unpredictable. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way in Artesia. Oh my goodness! Into cross traffic, into oncoming lanes of traffic, oncoming vehicles trying to get away from this guy. He is now on the correct side of Artesia Boulevard. He has no hesitation going the wrong way on some of these major arteries, continuing now eastbound on the correct side of Artesia Boulevard. Some really scary moments once he jumps over those medians, and now he's going the correct way on Artesia, but still at a very high rate of speed, not stopping for any of these red lights as he continues to try and put some distance between him and those black and whites. But there are more of them than there are of him, and they are now approaching this from a number of different areas, including different municipalities. LAPD not willing to let this go. They have a number of units trying to catch up with them, but right now it's the helicopter doing a bulk of the work here at a very busy intersection. Artesia Boulevard, Hawthorne Boulevard, right through the red light. Once again, you can see trying to perform a traffic break there. Some black and whites trying to create some space there between some of those innocent motorists and that vehicle, but he is flying through these intersections at a high rate of speed. And when he sees traffic in his way, he just instantly jumps onto the wrong side of the road. So terrifying. Oh my goodness. Coming up on the 405 now. Will not be able to enter the 405. He's going to go underneath the 405 here in just a second. Artesia Boulevard under the 405. He will have an opportunity up ahead, but right now he is committed to Artesia Boulevard, tailgating another innocent person. Really I don't even know why I guess he's really stuck between a rock and a hard spot here. He's got a truck there, a box truck he's trying to navigate with, and that other car in his way. He is so desperate to get around anybody in his way, but he's not getting very far. It looks like he's going to try and get on the wrong side. No, a lot of last-minute decisions, some very hard braking here, some wild steering maneuvers. The erratic driving has been nonstop since the minute we pulled up on this pursuit. Continuing through Torrance along Artesia Boulevard. Oh my goodness! Oh, almost losing control at the red light. Cross traffic, almost jumped into an oncoming a head-on collision there, and now continuing down Artesia Boulevard at a high rate of speed after a number of close calls. They are going to have to get somebody into position to get a pit maneuver ready and try and get this person off the road. Another red light, another major red light. Artesia and Van Ness right through it, continuing eastbound on Artesia Boulevard. This guy's had a lot of luck, and so have the people around him. We haven't seen anybody get hurt in this pursuit, but we have already seen more than a handful of really close calls here down Artesia Boulevard, making a right turn southbound Western Ave. Southbound Western Ave off of Artesia Boulevard through Torrance here at a high rate of speed, now closing in on 75 miles per hour. Southbound Western. This is insane. He's approaching the 405. Another busy intersection through the red light. Coming really close with somebody making the turn there. Southbound Western Avenue really coming close to these cars. Not taking the freeway though. It doesn't look like he's taking it. Wild right turn onto 190th from Western. Westbound 190th. Taking the first right there. A wild right around that van. And now continuing towards the freeway here. He's on the transition. On the transition onto the southbound 405 freeway. Southbound 405, which has moderate traffic, continuing into the fog now. We may lose a visual of the suspect here. It is a tough situation because LAPD may very well lose visual too. It is very foggy down here in this part of the South Bay. Look at him getting over to the carpool lane here, trying to get around this freeway traffic. It is relatively light traffic, but just enough to be a nuisance to him if he continues at these speeds over 110 miles per hour. weaving through traffic, southbound 405 at 130 miles per hour. No signs of slowing down. No law enforcement behind him. California Highway Patrol monitoring this pursuit. The LAPD airship is right overhead, continuing to keep the night sun on this reckless driver. Again, wanted for felony charges, possibly robbery. And we don't know, again, we do not know how many people are inside this vehicle. We have not really had a good look inside this sedan, and really the entire time we've been over it, those windows have been rolled all the way up. The driving has been extremely dangerous. He is now southbound on the 405 heading into Compton. Southbound 405 coming up on Avalon Boulevard. Still doing triple-digit speeds. Still has that night sun right on him. The way this guy is driving, the freeway is obviously the best setting for this pursuit, but it's still no comfort to the drivers or to law enforcement as he continues to come very close to a lot of this freeway traffic, just desperate to weave through anybody in his way. But at least there aren't the stop signs and red lights that there were on so many of those surface streets that he raced through without any regard for for cross traffic or anybody in his way. It was just really a desperate situation, and finally he's almost losing control on the freeway. Oh my goodness, using the shoulder now to get around some of this traffic, but really fishtailing across some of these lanes. Now southbound 405 passing Alameda Street at 120 plus miles per hour as he navigates some of these lanes here and really jerking that wheel around, almost losing control as he weaves around some of these vehicles. Unbelievable. Is he taking the exit? Southbound 405 taking the exit. Taking the exit. This is going to be Santa Fe Avenue. Southbound 405 transitioning off. He could get back on the freeway here, or he could exit completely. He has not committed yet, although now that might be the transition there. He has committed. Getting off of the freeway. Getting off the freeway in Long Beach. Coming up on Pacific Avenue. No, he's back on the freeway. He is back on the freeway. Back on the freeway, passing the 710. At the Pacific Avenue exit, bypassing the exit. No, he's taking the Gore Point. Over the Gore Point, off at Pacific. Off at Pacific, under the freeway, getting off at Pacific Avenue, off of the southbound 405. Did he turn his lights off? He just blacked out. All right, he just blacked out, turned the lights off. Coming up on an intersection here at the end of the transition, it's going to be Pacific. Headlights and taillights off. Making a right on the red there. That's going to put him onto Wardlow Road off of Pacific in North Long Beach as we continue a wild race here. This guy is just really putting I mean, this is just terrifying to watch. But these units, these supervisors, have so many critical decisions to make as they try and figure out how to engage with this suspect. Look at this! Look at this, bottoming out over the median, dumping the vehicle on Wardlow Road, and now they're going to run for it. A male and female passenger jumping off at Wardlow into a residential neighborhood. Looks like an apartment complex as they abandoned the vehicle, slammed into the median, tried to make the U-turn there, bottomed out, and now you have two suspects, a driver and female passenger, running through this apartment complex. No sign of law enforcement in the immediate vicinity, even as they try and close in here. You can see the Mercedes-Benz sitting in the middle of the roadway there, right there on the right side of your screen. That Mercedes-Benz, possibly stolen, just abandoned now after bottoming out on the median, now blocking traffic, and now you have two suspects running through this neighborhood and really no sign of them whatsoever.